Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, back at my cider table with some more cider to try. So we did one in the last film, this one in fact, the white Jersey cider, which I liked a lot. Hadn't fully conditioned, but I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was great. The follow-up one is the Ashton brown Jersey, another bittersweet, I believe. Haven't read the blurb on here, but as with the last cider, I got out Liz Coppass's book, The New Pomona. It's got loads of great descriptions of areas, and she's done some great work as Liz for the apple and the cider industry, etc. So Ashton brown Jersey, there it is. And there's a diagram of one that's been cut in half vertically. So what does it say about it? See, I've had Ashton Bitter. I've had this one before. I suspect they're both from Long Ashton Research Station, but let's see what it says. It says, this typical Somerset Jersey apple was found as an unnamed variety in an old cider orchard in Long Ashton Village, which is where Long Ashton Research place was, in the early 1900s. In its preliminary trials, it was called Ashton number 32, and it was properly named later when its excellent vintage cider making characteristics became recognised, but it never achieved popularity as an orchard tree because it is so slow to come into cropping. Ashton brown Jersey produces a good, full-bodied cider, soft and medium bittersweet. So there you go. Let's crack this one open. I don't know if this one's fully conditioned yet. When was this one bottled? This was bottled March 2023. All right, this is pressed 2021, bottled 2023. So it's been in bottle for over 2 years, and it was picked, four and a half years ago. 4.5 years ago. So this is an old buddy, this one. What does it say on the label here? An underrated and uncommon variety developed at the Long Ashton Research Station in Somerset. ABJ, Ashton brown Jersey, is a very low acid, high tannin fruit with leathery and spicy notes, overlooked by many as the tree takes almost twice as long as an average apple to begin cropping, which we just heard from the book. When it does, the fruit is very high quality, heavily russeted and small and full of late season apple sugars. It makes for a fantastic cider. 7% this one, so plenty of sugar in it. Lighter in colour, as you can probably see if I do that. There, see? There you go. Lighter in colour, but quite a lot older. Like 2 years older. That one's, that should have conditioned. If it's been in bottle for 2 or 3 years, then yeah, one would hope it had conditioned. So let's pour it out. There you go. There's a mousse on that one. Let's hold it up and have a look at it. There you go. Paler in colour. So more of a straw gold, sort of pale, hazy, yellow gold, I want to say. Yeah, lightish. Let's sniff it. So more delicate on the nose, absolutely, a lot more delicate. You get that ethylene. Did I say ethanol in the last one? I think it's ethylene, that sort of sweated apple, aging apple kind of gas, aromatic from this subtly. Yeah, really subtly. I mean, it's just got an aged apple character. That's what I'm primarily getting. You know, not like a dessert eating apple, more like an orchard woodiness. You know. Yeah, gentle, rich, but it's a nice. It's got an aromatic that makes you think it's going to be sweet. It will be bone dry, but the aromatic suggests that we got something that is sweet. It's like almost like an eating apple, a rich apple. Okay, let's taste it. Wow. Okay. Yeah. This has tannins, baby. This has a lot of tannins. So this is why it's been kept for so long, to soften those tannins. Massive astringency, leatheriness, totally leatheriness, like tobacco kind of character. Mid to back palate, you know, that leather thing goes right down the middle of your palate, like sucking on a bootstrap or something. Let me try a bit more. Okay. the tannins dominate. Okay, there's no getting around that. So for me, you want something fatty with it. Okay, and something with a bit of sweetness. So I'm going to say hard cheese with sweetness. So I'm going to go up a mountain again. I'm going to go for Gruyere, Comté, that kind of thing. L'Etiva, which is one of Albert's favourite cheeses. It's an Alpine Gruyere style cheese, but with pineapple character. That'd be great with this. Really good. Yeah, so what's something like that with this would be amazing. Pork fat, you know, apple, pork, fat, tannin, great bedfellows. So this is a food cider I'm going to suggest because of those bold tannins. They will soften, but I suggest it's going to take a few years for them to soften, given how tannic this is at the moment. That's not to say I don't like it. It's just I've just had a cider that had tannin, but much more fruit forward and so forth. This is more tannic forward, and the comparison is making this feel even more tannic. The juxtaposition. Yeah, it's a beast. It's a tannic beast. And I'm turning into a goldfish. And that's a really tannic red wine. If you like tannic red wines, I'm thinking of like, what would be the really tannic? Something from the Pyrenees, Tannat, the Tannat grape from the Pyrenees, French Pyrenees. This is like, for me, this is almost like the equivalent of that. Big, bold, leathery tannins. And you want to have some sheep's cheese with it, which is the cheese of the region. Sheep's cheese is so much more fat than cow's milk and goat's milk. So the fattiness and the tannins work great together. That's what you want. Brilliant. Yeah, it's a beast. This is for people who like big, bold, tannic, dry ciders. And there are those people. Absolutely are. Low acidity though. I mean, it's got decent sugar obviously because it's got up to what, 6 or 7%, but it's fermented to dry. So if you want something that's got good fruit but bold tannin, this is the one that you want. Absolutely, it is. But if you're going to have it with some of the foods that I've recommended. It would work really well with those. It needs a bedfellow for me, but still a great cider, and brilliant that we get to try these single varietals. That Ross-on-Wye do so many single varietals. It's like a library of things that we wouldn't traditionally have got to try because it would have all been blended. And there's a reason for blended, and it's totally valid. And Ross-on-Wye blend as well. I've got 750ml bottles of their blended ciders, but they're 500ml. They tend to do almost as a vintage on vintage library of all of the fruits that are available to them. Obviously, some are biennial, so they won't give fruit every year. So every year is going to be different in terms of the vintage, in terms of the weather and so forth, but also in terms of what trees are going to give you fruit. And it's brilliant. It's interesting, and what makes them so cool. And it's a brave decision on their part, because everybody ain't going to want to drink that. But I'm really chuffed that I get to drink it, and I recommend everyone to try all of their ciders to get a broad view of what cider can do and all of the different things that different cider hops can do. And from that, you can decide what style of cider you like and what your favourite varietals are. Bearing in mind they will change year on year, but it's a great thing to be able to do. Yes, thank you, Ross-on-Wye. So yeah, great, interesting. 2 Jersey ciders, completely different, both from Somerset traditionally though. Ashton brown Jersey, and in the last one we did the white Jersey. Watch that film if you haven't, because these are totally different beasts. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining me back at my cider table. I hope you join me again, but until that time, cheers.